Hello, everyone. Hi, Gemma. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Ranting Hamster. How are you guys today? Hi, guys. How are you? I'm trying a new music station. Just kind of like a chill, kind of like it's something different, right? We hear almost the same things over and over. Hello, Amber. How are you today? All right. So, how is the microphone? Am I cutting in and out or popping or any of that? I was having some issues at the end of the stream last night on Twitch. So I just want to make sure that everything is good to go before I start actually filming and doing the things for. Today's your Friday, Sharon. That's awesome. Happy weekend. Happy weekend. That is amazing. Fantastic. All right, while you guys are letting me know about the sound, it sounds good, Amber? Awesome. Thank you. Sounds okay? Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. So I am starting a little early today. It is because tonight at 7 o'clock. Oh, Gemma hears some static. So Sharon, Amber, you guys don't hear any static at all? I just want to make sure. Because I can reset the whole microphone if I need to. Yeah, Marley's very happy. Marley is very, very happy. Yes, yep, blue hair. That is what you guys voted for all the donations to Able Gamers. You wanted me to have blue hair next. You don't hear any? Okay, cool. Thanks, Amber. I appreciate it. Yay! All right. So I started a little early today because it's 7 o'clock today is the St. Jude Summit. It's being streamed on Twitch. We're going to watch it together in my Discord. So if anyone wants to swing by and hang out and say hi. Oh, you probably hear the music. Yes. If it's too quiet, you probably can't hear it. It's a very soft background. Like, I don't have it very loud. But it drowns out any, like, ambient noise that the animals make, so I don't have to redo all of the takes like I do whenever I don't have the music on. All right, I'll put you down now. So, yeah, so it could be that. So, anyway, so tonight is the St. Jude Summit, hence why I am wearing my one of my favorite St. Jude shirts. So we're going to be watching it together in my Discord. Feel free to swing by, hang out with us. We're going to be in voice chat, watching it together, and just having a good time. So it's going to be in my Discord. For today, I need your help. Because I started early, Miss Elvain's not going to be here until about 20-25 after. So if anyone pops in and asks about the pattern, exclamation today. Exclamation today is going to give you the link to the pattern in my shop. And if you're watching this live, you get a discount code. So this pattern is free. I made the decision to just charge $2 for the pattern. It's only a 6-inch block. It's a little involved, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. There it is. I was like, Stream Elements? Oh, because it's too long, and so it goes to 2 different lines. That's why it took forever. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So anyways, even if you got it in the pack for donating to Able Gamers, go ahead and get this one. I improved the pattern. It's a little bit better. So you can go ahead and go to my website. Now, after the stream is finished, I'm going to turn that free code off. So if you're watching the live stream in a rerun, it is going to cost $2 if you want this pattern. I am also going to edit this video, consolidate everything, and launch the pattern officially on Monday for $2 with this video as a tutorial to go with it. So, and this is what we're doing on Thursdays now. We're going to finish up all these patterns that I had with, that I made for you guys, for Able Gamers, for the foundation paper piecing. And we're going to make them on Thursdays. And if you're here live, normally 5:30 to 7:30, but today's 5 to 7. But if you're here live, you get the patterns for free always. But then, of course, everyone else can pick them up on my store. So it's a good incentive to come in and join me live, right? So I am also going to apologize. I was supposed to receive a package from FedEx by 5 o'clock. It is past 5 o'clock here in Eastern time zone. So I still may get it. They may be running late, or they may just keep it on the truck and wait for tomorrow. This is 2 huge rolls of the convention carpet Dragon Con fabric. I have 140 yards coming of all 3 different designs. So my husband's going to keep an eye out. He's supposed to message me and let me know if he sees him pulling up so I can stop what I'm doing and not have to worry about the dogs barking while I'm recording for the condensed version. So if that happens, I will let you guys know and they say fabric is here and then take the break and do that. So that being said, any questions before I get started? I love my ombre hair. I somehow got a combination of blue and purple. It's so cool because the pink hair. So I only dyed this right here, but of course the blue bled into everything and it turned the light purple pinkish hair a dark purple. So I'm really excited about it. All right, well there's no other questions. We can get started. All right. Oh, let's see. Where do I want my... Let's have my chair over here out of the way. All right. And we've got this. That's how you hold a star, right? Yes. I always want to hold it this way, and I'm like, that's not right. It's this way. It's this way. All right. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Toni. And today, we're going to foundation paper piece. This video is an I'm going to redo that. How do I want to say this? This video accompanies the pattern, complements the pattern. This video is a walkthrough. Ooh, I like walkthrough. I'm going to do walkthrough. Okay, let's try this again. Hi, I'm Toni, and today we're going to foundation paper piece. This video is a walkthrough of the pattern for the foundation paper piece star. I'm going to take you step by step how to make this pattern, as well as how to resize it if you want to have it different sizes. So it is meant to accompany my pattern. So if you have not yet gotten the pattern, the link is down below. It's only $2 to pick it up. And let's get sewing. There we go. That's my opening. All right, let's do this. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I know, Mr. Marley. I wonder why the color is doing that. It's so weird. That's better. That's better. No? It's fine, I guess. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. Step 1. Print your pattern. Oh, the camera wants to be Smurfy? Yeah, I know, right? Here, let me actually see if I can change the colorways. Let's see. Maybe it was something I did here. No, it's not that. Yeah, that's better. I think that's a little bit better. Oops. That's what I want. And decoration. Oh, come on. I guess because I changed that, I can't do it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Do this again. Waiting for it to stop moving. Step number 1, print your entire pattern out, or just print out step number 8. If you are low on ink in your printer, this is the only page you absolutely have to print out. I've printed out the entire pattern just because it's easier for me to follow along and mark off whenever I've done these things. So you really only have to print out that last page. So according to the instructions before you start sewing, you want to measure this. So print page 8, and we're going to measure this block right here. And this is what I'm going to talk about for resizing as well. So here is our block number 1. If you want it at a 6-inch finished block, 6.5 by 6.5 cut, this should be a 1-inch block right there. Now, let's say if you want this block to only be 3 inches, then reduce it. You can actually reduce the percentage on for what you print directly onto your printer, and then this should only be a 1/2 inch. So let's say if you reduce it by 60%, then this block right here should print out at a 6/10 of an inch. So it's going to be in relation. So this block right here is your measurement tool. If you're making it a 6.5, then you should measure it at 1 inch. And mine does, so I know mine is okay. After you do that, now remember your paper pattern is reversed. What that means is this is actually the A block, this is the C block, that is B, that is D, that is F, and that is E. So it's reversed from what it is. The star is symmetrical though, so it really doesn't make too much of a difference. And then let's go ahead and cut this out. So once you make sure that that is all good, your next step is to cut these pieces out. So when we cut our pieces out, we're going to cut them out with a bit of space around that dotted line. So that dotted line is what we're going to square it up to after we're done. So do not cut along that dotted line. You want to cut around it. So in this case, see how I cut between those two? And the same thing goes here. So we're going to cut out our pieces, and I'm going to lay them out just like that and get everything ready to go. Now, after I cut out all of these paper pieces, the next step is to cut out my fabric. So we have our paper pieces ready to go. So now I'm going to actually cut my fabric. Now I am using scraps. I just grabbed a bunch of scraps. You notice how I'm doing it in a different color scheme than the original one I have. So I just grabbed some nice gold and some black. You don't have to use the colors that are in the pattern. If you want to switch this up, where it says here, your yellow and your blue, go ahead and just cross that off and put a different color in there. It's totally okay to switch it up and make different colors. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the video, and we're going to cut out all of our yellow pieces and all of our blue pieces. So I'm using gold for yellow and black for blue in this case. Okay, let me read out the things. Hey, B, how are you? Oh, fantastic. You're binging them? Awesome. B, thank you so much for joining me live. I super appreciate that. Hello, Miss Elvine. Hey, B, if you want so this pattern I'm going to be launching on Monday. It is a block pattern for $2. However, because you've joined me live, you get it for free. So exclamation today will give you the link to the pattern in my store, which is live. and a discount code so you can get it free. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. And this, now with the live videos, there is about an 8 to 9 second delay with them. So you'll see the bit of a delay as you're chatting and I'm chatting. And of course, I'm doing the live videos, so for editing. So you'll notice I'll start and stop chatting and interacting with you guys. So if you have any questions on anything I'm doing, or anything for any of my other stuff, feel free to pop it in chat. And when I take breaks from the actual videoing stuff and things, I'll answer the questions and chat with you. So it's not a problem. All right, so Miss Elving, couple things. The Dragon Con convention carpet fabric is supposed to arrive today by FedEx. It has not gotten here yet. They may just bring it tomorrow, or they may be late. So my husband's supposed to message me if he sees them start to pull up so that I can stop my instructions or whatever and run up and do it. Yeah. So just as an FYI. Oh, crap. You know what I forgot? I completely forgot to get water. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to fill some water up for my iron. All right, while I'm waiting for my iron to warm up so I can iron this fabric, don't forget tonight. Now, I normally stream 5:30 to 7:30 on Thursdays for YouTube. However, today I am streaming a little bit earlier. And the reason is tonight is the St. Jude... Oh my gosh, fine, come here. Tonight is the St. Jude Summit. So they're going to be streaming on Twitch, all the things with St. Jude. We're going to be watching it together in my Discord. If you're not a part of my Discord yet, exclamation Discord to become a part of it. So if you want to come and hang out with me and chat while we watch it together, pop on in. I'm going to be in voice chat there tonight. Hi. And that starts at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to try to finish this tutorial by 6:30 today. So that way I have time to go grab some more food and a drink and relax before the actual summit. Hi. Are you a good boy? He's being a suck. Alright. Whew. Let's move these up and out of the way. And then there. Perfect. There we go. We've got that. Oh, and if you haven't, hey, Erica! How are you? He really is best boy. Fantastic. Yeah, no, it's funny. I've got so many videos. And I didn't take it seriously and do actual tutorials until this year. Like, a lot of my early stuff is just like my old random Twitch channels. There we go. And 5x4. I'm just ironing all of my scraps to make sure that I've got plenty to choose from. Is this 4 inches? Yes, okay. So 5x4. See, I changed it. No, it doesn't. It's so Miss Elvain, it always does that for the announcement. If you look down below, it does say let's found. Oh. No, with the star. And if you look down below, it says let's foundation paper piece the star. Did I not change the overlay? Did you change the overlay? Did you change it? Oh, you fixed it. Thank you. Thank you. See? This is why I pay my mods all of the imaginary monies that I can, because they're amazing and I love them, and yes. I'm good, Erica. Thanks for asking. Thank you. Alright, I think that's enough. I think that's enough ironing the black. And let me iron the gold. Now remember, if you want to make this along with me, you can pick up this pattern for free today only. The discount code is going to go away as soon as the stream is done. Really? I know, Sharon. I really do have the best mod team around. I try to spoil them with things, though. So, like, last night on my Twitch stream, it was the gaming night that we unlocked with St. Jude donations. And so I really wanted to play a couple rounds of Fall Guys, and Miss Elving didn't have it yet. I'm like, okay, here you go. Like, I try to take care of them at conventions, too. We have a great time. Right, Sapphira? I love, yeah. Okay. Let me start paying attention and start doing this. All right, so this is going to be, what is this? This is a 3.5 by 3.5. Nope, I do not need a 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, I do need 2 by 2.5. Let me grab my little one here and my fabric. Now, whenever I cut fabric, and I'm not going to put this in the video, this is just for you guys. Whenever I cut pieces of fabric, I always make sure if I can cut 2 at the same time, I do that. And it's just more efficient that way. Okay, I need 3 by 3s. Go, and I got a 3 and a 3, and then a 2 3x2s. It's just more efficient to stack and whack. And this is going to be a 3. Okay, now for the blue, which is the black. Yes. I think so too, Sharon. I think the grayness of the ironing mat definitely made it not be Smurfy, which is really funny. If you notice in some of my tutorials, like for some reason it doesn't make a difference which camera I use, because I have 2 camcorders that I use with capture cards. So it doesn't matter which one is going, they both have like that weird color thing. Okay, so 4" by 5". Now this is a 5", right? No, that's a 4". Okay, so I need 2 4" by 5". The nice thing about this pattern is because it is so symmetrical, I have a lot of doubles. Okay, and this is a 4 by 4. Okay, 4 by 4. I need 2 more 4 by 4s and a 4 by 5. Uh-oh. That's 3.5. Uh-oh. I do not have enough black. I do need this one. I do need this one. Okay, so this is a 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 4 by 4s for this one. And there we go. And that's another 4 by 4. And then let me iron this quickly over here, because it's just a single one. There we go. Okay. a 4. All right. Here's my leftover fabrics. This goes in the jar. And there we go. Come here. There we are. Fantastic. All right, so we've got our fabric cut. So let me organize it. I don't need that anymore. Okay, and I do need that top there. Perfect. Okay, I can put that over there and that there. Let's bring these down here. And there we go. I've got all those. Any other questions so far before I start recording the next part? Oh, you know what I meant to do in my intro that I forgot is I'm back with new hair. Now remember, if you're donating to St. Jude, oh, we have to put that into this one, don't we, Miss Elvine? We've got to do the St. Jude command for this one. Even though it's not going to let me know when people donate, they can still donate to here. I do have the sewing race is live May 15th. You can donate to St. Jude to register. Right, fake it at the end. And whenever you're donating to St. Jude now, you can choose what my next hair color is going to be. And I'm literally just going to do the same thing I did for this, bleach out my roots, and then just color, and see what happens. See what happens. Hey, Kim, how are ya? We almost had a dog this weekend, even though you weren't going to be able to come with us. We decided not to take the dog though, because she's a crusty dog, and I don't think Dobby could handle being with a crusty dog. Yeah, Paige is live. Yeah, Paige is definitely live. It's at the very top left for St. Jude. I made the page live yesterday. So, oh, next time I go to the dog park, you should come with me, Kim, and we can take the. You can come and we can take them next time we have a nice day. All right, ready for the next part? Oh, Kim, if you want this pattern, exclamation today, if you want to download this pattern. For those of you that are new to my YouTube live channel, Kim is one of my real life friends here in London, Ontario. She's also a quilter. I met her through the Quilt Guild. Yeah, so until we fix the command, you can get it right through the website. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So, okay, let's do this. So, we have all of our fabric cut out. We have all of our pieces ready to go. So now, how do we put this together? Well, I'm actually going to show you a faster, more efficient way to putting this together. I assume that you have some basic foundation paper piecing knowledge, or you've watched my my video on the Triforce and how to make that. If not, the link is down below. Please watch that before attempting this one. That pattern is free, and please do that first. So I'm assuming you've either done that or you have a basic foundation paper piecing knowledge. So to be more efficient, I'm actually going to group up in a couple different ways. All right, so A1. Let's see, A1 is the 4-inch by 5-inch. So let's make sure I've got the right one. Yes. Okay. Now, whenever we're doing this, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my glue. I forgot my starting glue. Woohoo! So to start this, I like to use a little bit of glue. What you want to do is have the wrong side be on the wrong side. So I'm going to take it and put a dot of the water-soluble glue in the center of my pattern, and then I'm going to center it on there. Now let's do a couple of these. Now C1 is the same thing. C1, and I'm actually going to cross these off on my pattern. to make sure that, yes, I've done these. Same thing with the C1. We're going to put a dot there and then put that right into there. And we've got that one. And you know what? Let's just keep on working. Let's see what all of the ones are going to be. Now, I try to make my patterns very simple, starting with the ones. So B1, D1, E1, F2, so on and so on, F1, E1. Now, you notice how D1 and B1 is here, E1 and F1 is opposite? That's because when you're ironing your seams, you're ironing them towards the one that you're adding on. So in this case, you see how these seams are ironed in opposite directions. So I've already thought ahead, and they're going to line up. So let's start with B1. So our B1 is our 3" by 3" yellow. So that's this one right here. Again, we're centering it over B1. So we have to make sure that the entire thing is centered just like that over B1. So let's put a little dot in the middle of B1 and centered just like that. And then now D1 is going to be the same thing, because remember, this is a very symmetrical pattern. Just like that. Great. And that's there. Now E1. Let's see, I did D1. So E1 is a 4x4 black piece. So it's this one right here. Let's make sure, yep, 4x4. So put a dot in the center. Now remember, we're centering this up for the piece that we're using. So we're centering this up for E1, not for the entire thing. So center the fabric around E1. Same thing with this one. We're going to take this, we're going to center this fabric around F1. Just like that. Now, we're going to start folding and adding in fabric. Okay, so I'm going to reverse this back to A1. Now, we want to add in this A2 fabric. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our A2, fold it towards our A1, and then get my straight edge. We want to trim this a 1/4 inch away. So in the instructions, it says, let me actually read it exactly what the instructions say. Fold the paper along the line between A1 and A2 so the fabric is not folded. You see how the fabric is straight here? And it is visible. So you fold this so the fabric is straight, just like that. Now we're going to trim this, like I said, a 1/4 inch away from that fabric fold. And then we're going to open this back up again. Now, from this here on end, we're going to flip this over here and work on this end. So with our A2, that's a 2" by a 2.5 inch. Yep, it's this one right here. And we're going to place this centered over where we're going. All right, so we are going this way. So if you take this and you fold this over here, you're going that way. Now you notice how I have a little bit of white. If I were to keep it exactly like this, there's a bit of white over on that end. Now, if I flip that back over, it's not that important because it's outside of the dotted line. However, if I can take this and move this more to the left and then fold that and not have any paper showing, that's what you want to go for. You want to fold this in a way so that you don't see any paper showing, just like that. Okay? So that right there is perfect placement. So at this point, if you've watched the basic tutorial video, you know that you can use glue or you can use pins. I'm just a fan of pins from this point on. I just like using my water-soluble glue for the first step. So there is our A block. Let's do the same exact thing to the C block. So we're folding this back. I am trimming a 1/4 inch from the fold. Now the C block, remember, mirrors the A block, so it's the exact same thing. And fold. Yep, that's a good one. There. All right, next up is the B block. The B block. Oops, there we go. Come on, baby. There we are. Fantastic. The B block, B2, is the 4" by 4". That's right. I'm like, why was it 4" by 4". Now I remember. So this is 4" by 4" because of the angle of it. This angle was so weird. I went super large with this pattern just to make sure it was there. Now remember, with foundation paper piecing patterns, you are going to get a lot of waste. That's just the nature of foundation paper piece patterns. But you can always take that waste and set it aside and use it for another block. All right, so let's do this. And if I fold that, there we are. See what I mean? See how that was, how I had to fold that in a weird way to make sure. Technically, I didn't have to make that as long, but it's always better to have a larger piece than you need to. It's always best to have too much than too little. But the nice thing also about foundation paper pieced patterns is you can use a lot of scrap fabric when you're doing them. All right, so same thing here. And let's do that. And open this back up again. And this is the other 4". And I'm going to go this way with it. Because then whenever I fold it over, yep, that's it. Great. And last but not least, we have our E block and our F block. Okay? Now, our E block and our F block, if you notice, there are 3 pieces to this. You have E1, E2, and 3, unlike these others where you just have your 2 pieces. So in this case, we're going to worry about just E2. Okay? We have our E1 here. So let's fold over our E2 piece and trim that. Now, our E2 piece is the 3" by 2" yellow, or in my case, gold fabric here. Now, remember, we are only concerned about covering E2, which is up here. So I'm going to take this fabric and I'm going to, again, right side to right side, center this over this E2 area. And then let me fold it to make sure it's going to cover it, and it is. And I'm going to, in fact, flip it to the other side to make sure, yep, everything is perfectly covered for that. Great. So let's go ahead and pin that. Great, just like that. And then the same thing to this one. So folding it over where F2 is. And trimming. And our F2 is right here. So we're going to take this and I'm going to hover it over right to the F2. No, I think I need to shift it up a bit. There we are. That covers the whole thing now. So move your fabric left or right, depending upon what you need to do in order to cover the actual cover the actual paper the whole way. All right, so we have all of our pieces. So now I'm going to go over to the machine and I'm going to sew these pieces. Now, again, hopefully you know basic foundation paper piecing. You know how to foundation paper piece, or you've watched and done the Triforce video. So I'm just going to give you a quick reminder right here, and then when I'm going to move to the machine and I'm going to actually sew them in super speed, so this video isn't too long. So I'm going to actually start all the way out here in the actual dotted lines and sew down. I don't have to secure in my stitches. I just have to start here and go all the way down. Same thing with that one. For this one, same thing, starting all the way out here and going down. Now, the only one that's a little different is the E and the F. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start all the way out here, and I'm going to move all the way down, and I'm going to continue into E3 past this line at least a 1/4 inch. Okay? So when you're sewing this one, here, all the way down, past it, at least a 1/4 inch, and then that's where you're going to stop. So let's go ahead and sew. Whew! Okay. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put lotion on my hands for the close-up. So, how are you guys? You may need a bit.ly link. Yes, yes, I think you absolutely... No, don't say you don't need both. Don't do both, Miss Elvain. We don't do both. Yeah, don't do both of them. Just be very simple. Do the, yeah, because my hands are not great for camera. All you need is the page, because you can click on the page to donate. There's the link to donate directly on my website. So for YouTube, just have the website link. You don't need anything else. What Sharon said. Activate speedy sewing yes. Erica. Oh, I love you. I love you guys. There we are. All right. No, actually, Erica, speed sewing is not my superpower. My superpower is the ability to recognize the strengths in others and to basically collect them. I know so many people for so many things. If you need anything at all, chances are I can find someone to help you, because I collect people and I get to know them and I figure out what their strengths are. Yes, exactly, Sapphira. Exactly. Okay. Oh, Sapphira did okay, Sapphira. You don't need both, you just need it. Okay, fine. Fine, Sapphira. I love you. Okay, let's do this. Activate. Now, for those of you that are watching live, I am using a J-foot for this. It is something that I covered with the Triforce pattern. And remember, if you have any questions, concerns, anything else, let me know. I would be more than happy to answer them. I know you are the same person when I'm live, because you have the same colors. And it looks like you're the same person to me, and because you both are in blue, and you have the machine next to your name. So you look the same. Scott! Scott, thank you for that $5 tip. I appreciate you. I was like, what's that sound? I don't know what that sound is. Scott's playing with all the things again. Thank you for the super chat tip. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so now I said I was going to go this way. Oh, he already tested it. He tested it like week 2 or something like that. He's playing around with it. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. Oh, I still have to switch out my things. Scott, we're going to watch the St. Jude Summit in my Discord. In the general open Discord, if you want to join us. There we go. Okay, so then now, where are my... Let me trim this. Well, I mean, yes. I've used you for computer stuff. Scott, I collected you like 2 years ago. I know what your strengths are that you can help with. No, really? They didn't. You couldn't see what the sticker was before you bought it? That's horrible. No, that's not an experience. That's a cute sticker. I like it. It's very cute. It's a pear, I think. I think it's a pear. Do 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 do. Oh, you think so? It is 7 o'clock Eastern, so that would be 4 o'clock. Do you have a meeting at 4 o'clock? I'm going to tell you that in a second, Kim. It does look like a pear, doesn't it? It's fine. I appreciated it. Even if it was a unique choice, I still appreciated it. You know what? I can actually tell you now, Kim, that you want to go a 1/4 inch beyond, because what that's doing is it is instead of locking it in. So instead of locking your seams in, if it goes beyond, whenever this comes open, if some of those seams come open, whenever you go to fold this, the whole thing's not going to come unraveled. So the goal is you want to sew over top, because if you go back and forth and just hit the line, whenever you come this way with the line, you may not actually hit the same thing. And so if you do that, you'll have a small little hole in the middle of your piece. So by going beyond it, you're causing extra issues whenever you're doing this, and I'll show you in the tutorial in a second how to do that. But you're making sure that you're not going to have any holes and everything is great. Oh, 3:30? Okay. Just making sure that FedEx is not here yet. All right, let's go back to that one. Ugh. Now remember, even if you got this pattern from donating to Able Gamers, go ahead and pick it up for free today, because I've changed it, I've edited it, I've updated it, and I've made it better. Alright, everything is sewn. So now we want to iron this. Now when we iron it, we want to always iron towards the newest piece that we have added on. So in the case of A1, A2, we want to iron this towards A2. Same thing, C1, C2, we want to iron this towards C2. Now, whenever I iron mine, I like to use steam, because it makes sure that this seam is really good. But beware, if you use steam, that paper is going to get a little wrinkled. It's going to get a little warped. You may have a little bit of an issue, but that's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that, because the paper's eventually coming out. Okay, here's B2. I'm like, where's B2? There we go. Now, you notice on this one, you can see a little bit of paper. But if we turn this over, you see that paper is outside of the dotted lines. That is perfectly okay. So as long as all of the fabric is within the dotted lines, that is what matters. So what I'm saying is that if you use steam for foundation paper piecing, when your paper starts to curl a little bit, don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. Now, all of these pieces are done. These pieces are not, because remember, the E and the F still has a third piece that I have to do. So, now, let's go ahead and add that third piece on. So I'm going to take these, set them aside, because we still have to sew one more piece onto here. So now we're going to do E3 and F3. Now, when we're doing this, remember, we sewed beyond that line. That's what it looks like. We sewed beyond the line 1/4 inch. So what we want to do is we want to very gently pull the paper away from the fabric. So very gently pulling it away so that we can fold this. Now, we're not pulling up the seam. We're not taking apart the thread. We're only pulling the paper away from that seam. Okay? All right, and then let's go ahead and trim that. So you do have to do it very carefully and gently. That way you don't accidentally pull any of those seams out. And there we are. There is our piece. And obviously we have 2 pieces of fabric left, so it's going to be this one. All right, so let's center this and fold it and see if I've got it sent. Oh, hey, I think I've got it centered pretty good. Look at that. Perfect. That covers the whole thing. So I think I'm good to go. So let's go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing for the other piece. And then I'm going to go to the machine. I'm going to sew both of these. Again, when I sew it, we're going to start out beyond the dotted line. Sew through and finish beyond the dotted line. And then I'll kind of come back and we're going to iron it. And then I'll show you the next step. All right, it's being fast forwarded now. Fast forward, doing the super speed. Pew, 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 doing the super speed. All right, where is this? Super speed. All right. Hey, Kim, did you see all of the sponsors I've got for St. Jude this year? Did you look at my calendar? I am so excited for it. Okay, that's good. There we go. We've got there. And through there. All right, let's sew this. Yeah, I think FedEx is coming tomorrow too. Oh, hold on, I missed something. Yeah, I think FedEx is coming tomorrow too. Oops. Catherine! Yay! The only thing, the very beginning was getting it set up and that you can get the pattern while I'm streaming. So if you want to get this free pattern, make sure you do it before the end of the stream. So, because the discount code, you get it free, is going to go away at the end of the stream. Congratulations! What kind of machine did you get? And are you going to use this new machine in the sewing race on May 15th? Because, I mean, let's be honest, that's the fun thing, right? Immediately using the machine in a race. Oh, and for anyone that wasn't here at the beginning, the race registration is live. The website for the for St. Jude is live on my website. If you go to quiltoni.com and then go to click on the St. Jude in the upper left-hand corner, it will tell you the rules of the race. It'll let you know who the sponsors are. It'll show you the calendar. It'll do all of that stuff. All of the stuff. There we go. Okay. Mat cam. No, 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 mat cam. waiting to see what machine Catherine got. A Janome Continental. Ooh. Oh, no race? Dang it. There we go. Okay, everything is sewn and ready to go. So we're done, right? Well, now we have to assemble all these pieces. So the first thing we have to do is we have to trim our edges. Now, this dotted line is a 1/4 inch away from our solid line. All right, so these are our seam allowance guides. At this point, trim every single block. You have 2 choices. You can line it up along the solid line and just go ahead and trim over, trim through there, or make sure that you lined up along the dotted line. So you can use this as a guide for 1/4 inch, or just make sure you're cutting on the dotted line. Doesn't make a difference. The thing you do want to do, though, is make sure you are not using the same rotary blade. We are cutting through paper, and paper dulls your rotary blade. So please, 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 please use a different rotary blade for this step than you did for the first step. All right, so I'm going to cut through all these and we're going to lay this out. Okay, so that is E. So that goes there. And I'm fast forwarding again. And there. Yeah, for those of you that were expecting a stream last week, if you didn't see it on my social media, I apologize. I was not feeling great last week. Last Tuesday, I got shot number 1 for the vaccine. And so I got most of the side effects. So I was in no state of mind in order to stream. There's that one. My husband's lucky I wasn't actually filming at that point. That's okay. I know you didn't mean to. I did. I got my Fauci ouchie. There we are. We're getting there. And take all of these and toss that aside. Oh, yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Erica. If the race was the following weekend, you may not have been able to do it. Good night, Sharon. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. As always, the rest of this will be on YouTube, and the condensed version is going to be live on Monday. Scott, I'm very disappointed. As far as I can tell, I didn't get any new superpowers. I really, really wanted like a Nightcrawler type pattern where I can go in and out of another dimension and kind of like disappear and reappear, but no superpowers. I'm kind of upset. And my 5G service isn't getting any better either. Like, all of the things that they promised me are not happening. Yay, Kim! What house are you being sorted into? Right? Well, yeah, Catherine. Yeah, you may get it may take a bit, but it's still so much better than if you actually would have gotten COVID. If you have reactions to the vaccine, you would have had reactions to COVID, and it would have been worse. It just so the people that aren't having any reactions at all to the vaccine may not have had reactions to COVID. So that's what I keep reminding myself that. So it's worth it. Okay, I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking for my superpowers. I was sorted into House AstraZeneca. Very excited for that. Very excited. Yes, Miss Elvain unfortunately did get COVID, and she did get the vaccine afterwards. So she had side effects from the vaccine, but they were not as bad as whenever she had COVID and she was super, super sick. So, House Pfizer, nice. Nice, Kim. Okay, all right, let's do this. Yes, right, Scott? Like, seriously, it makes me so happy. Miss Elvain, they announced today that they are opening up shots to all adults in Ontario by the end of May. So Jordan can get her vaccine at the end of May, beginning of June, once it's available. Yeah, right? That's what I, like, I just want to be fully vaccinated just so that I can see my friends again. Because I miss my friends. Kim is the only friend I've seen in person this past year and a half. That's because we made sure we were in each other's bubble, and that was it. Just us. Okay, let's do this. So, we have all of our pieces cut out. Now, let's assemble them. Now, your first inclination goes, oh, well, let's just go ahead and sew, this one to that one, that one to that one, that one to that one. You normally could do that if it was straight. However, look here. You see how there's a slight curve here? So that means you have to do these two first. So in the instructions, it says to sew the A block to the B block and the C block to the D block. So for the A block, you want it to line up so that oops, you know what? Look, I forgot one of my trim lines. I was like, that doesn't quite look right. Now it does. Now you want to line this up. There we go. So that A2 and B1 and A1 and B2, just like that. So let's flip this back over. And we're going to take this and we're going to take the bottom and flip it up right here over the top. Just like that. Now, what I am going to do, now in the lightning pattern and a couple other patterns, there's blocks to offset it. What you want to do is whenever you are, let me make sure I do this right. Yes, a little bit to the right. Whenever you do the B block to the A block, you want to shift it to the right just a touch. Don't do it super, but it's not quite enough to where I have to put a black mark on there for lining it up. You just want to do it a touch, and I'm going to show you what that touch looks like. If you don't do it a touch, it'll still work. See how it's just overlapping that, and you can just see that fabric over there? So same thing with here. We're going to bring this off to the left just a touch. And see, and how you can tell that is if you fold that there. Yeah, now that's perfect. There we go. Is if you fold that along the line that is the sew line. There we are. And then there. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to take these over to the sewing machine. I'm going to use in fact, you know what? Let me just show you on the sewing machine. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the best thing that we could have asked for is for making our small bubbles to keep us sane, right? Oh, Oh, Catherine, the overall vaccine reactions. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are some people, because of the things that they use in the vaccines in order to keep everything together as a coagulant, that, yeah, some people get a little bit sore. Do you have reactions to other vaccines? If you don't mind me asking, for like the tetanus vaccine, I know I had the whooping cough booster. I know some people have a little. I know they have a little bit of reactions to that. Personally, I would rather have, even if I did get reactions, I would be okay with that as long as I didn't get COVID. Because I have had 3 people in my life die from it, so I've seen firsthand it is not a good thing. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and sew this. Now, whenever I'm sewing this, I'm going to treat it like it's a regular quilt block. So I'm going to use my leader and ender fabric for chain piecing. And that's only to make sure it's super secure at the beginning. There we go. But I'm not measuring a 1/4 inch. I am sewing along that line. There we are. And let's put the next one in. So even though I'm pretending that this is chain piecing and using my leader ender, I'm still foundation paper piecing and sewing along that line. Okay, and the same thing here. I'm going to take this leader ender fabric and put it back in here. There we are. Let's take this over and iron it. Perfect. I think I'm going to finish right about what I wanted to finish, which was right about 6:30, which makes me really happy. Okay. Oh, I moved it. I moved it. Oh, you gotta move it, move it. Okay. Now, with these, you want to iron these seams open. Okay, so what does that mean? That means go ahead and iron it towards one side. But then you want to flip it over and iron this open. So I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to put it in there. Now, if you have a stiletto or a press or anything like that, you can put that in there. I'm used to lots of heat on my fingers, so it doesn't bother me. But you want to iron. You want to make sure that you take these seams and put them open. And this is important whenever you're combining these blocks. And this does say in the instructions to iron these seams open. Okay? So that's very, very important. Now, let's go ahead and bring this back. And bring these. So now what I want to do is, at this point, sew these two together and sew those two together. So we're going to pop that open there. And then we're going to take this and sew that together here. There we are. Let's line that up. Now, in this case, you want to make sure that your fabric is lined up. There we go. So make sure that these two fabric pieces are lined up just against each other. And if you do that, you will have perfect seams. So I'm going to make sure I put a pin right in there. A pin in there. And here. Great. Same thing with here. We're taking these two and we're putting them there. So I'm making sure that those line up perfectly up here. And I can feel the seam to make sure that those two are lined up. Oops. And then making sure that this opened seam here also lines up. So you see how that open seam lines up just like that? That's what you're looking for. So when you line those up, that is how you get your perfect points. Okay, and then let's, there we are. Beautiful. Okay, all right, let's go sew it. Whew. We're almost done. We're almost done. Does that make sense? Does that make sense what I just showed on the thing with the stuff? So sewing it the same way as we did the last two, and leader ender, I should always change this before I move my chair. And same thing. We're ironing these seams open. Where's my seam? Oh, there's my seam. Ironing these seams open. So I'm ironing it to a side first. Let's see how I did. Ooh, yeah. And then flipping it over. And then, come on. There we are. Ironing this open. Perfect. So now, let's sew our top to our bottom. Okay, so we're taking our bottom and we're flipping it open. Now, the first thing, the trick you want to do with the top and the bottom is line it up so that those open seams line up. So you see our open seams here? That's what you want to line up first. Do that first. So let's do that one, and then we'll line up the rest of them. Now, in this case, remember our seams were ironed in opposite directions, so they will nest. No, they won't. Oh, that's right, because it's at a 1/4 inch offset. All right, nope, that's fine. They're not going to line up perfectly. I would just, as long as you line up that center one, the rest should line up. Should being the operative word. We'll find out whenever. Now, if you want to find out, you can put the pin in at the line and open it up to check. Yes, yep, that looks good. Okay. Here we are. All right, let's see. Let's see how it looks. We are. All right, and we're ironing our seams open. And there it is. Let me go ahead and do this. Here we are. And we have our seam open. All right, at this point, we have our star. We have our shining star. All right, so the last step is you want to get all of that paper out. So we're going to remove the paper. So gently, one at a time, go ahead and pull that paper away. Try not to pull more than one piece at a time. So even though this piece here was trapped in there, you don't want to pull them both at the same time, because then you'll start pulling out the actual seam. You do not want to pull out the actual seam. You're going to leave some paper in there. Just pick it out with some tweezers. And I realized I forgot to grab my tweezers. Man, I'm forgetting everything today. There's my tweezers. My favorite tweezers are, of course, the Famore 507s, because they've got a nice sharp edge to grab all the little pieces of paper, and they're angled, so it's easy to get in there. It's also easy to get in there and grab these hard to grab little pieces of paper that maybe my nails can't get to. There we are. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull all the paper out of here. We're going to super speed through it, and I will come back and show you the last step. Yeah, because we don't need to have this shown for every single little thing that I pull out. Man, I love these tweezers. Come on. Uh-oh. Am I about to get a Dobby dog? I think I'm about to get a Dobby dog. Hello, Dobby. Thank you for waiting for now until you came down. I'm trying to make sure I keep this in the camera while I'm getting this paper out. Because even though if it's going to be on super speed, I still want to make sure you can somewhat see what I'm doing. Hello, Dobby. There we go. Perfect. There we are. And then after we get this paper out, we'll do our last step. Now, of course, I know everyone is being quiet because they're probably making their own star blocks. So if anyone has any questions, concerns, anything at all about your blocks, let me know. I swear, this is the hardest part of this entire thing, is getting all the paper out. But of course, you can always use the better paper that's meant for foundation paper piecing. One of these days I may pick some up. I just use my regular printer paper for right now. Ooh, Miss Elvain, I just had an idea. You know that fabric I got in last night? The New Dawn Ombre? I bet that would look amazing as a background for the elephant quilt for St. Jude. Instead of cutting all sorts of strips, I could just use that. I bet that would look I bet that would look really good, and it'd be a lot faster, especially if we hit the 10,000 and I have to do a Thanos one. It would save me some time too. And Dobby pooped down here. I knew he was coming down here for a reason. I smell poop. I love our foster dogs. I love our foster dogs. It's raining outside. So he has been fighting me the entire day to go out. Come on. You know, maybe I will invest in that foundation paper piecing paper. There we go. Almost done. Come on. There we go. All right, it's done. All right, my paper is out. So now, let's finish off this block. Step number 1. You've just ruined all those seams. You've absolutely just ruined all those seams with your pulling out of your paper. So go ahead and just re-iron everything. So re-iron your seams on your back. Make sure they're nice and flat. Because we're going to stretch this out on the front so that we can square this block up. Whoops. I messed that seam up right there. Come on. There we are. Now you're good to go. Alright, so now we're going to take this. Let's go ahead and iron this out. Make sure everything is ironed out as much as we can. Because now we're going to square this up. So let's go ahead and square this up to 6.5 inches. Okay. There we are. And there's our block. There is your star block. And that's it. Fantastic. All right, so before I do my outro, any questions? Did anyone run into any issues, any problems? I assume everyone is doing great, and everyone is doing their stuff. So I'm waiting to see if there's questions. I'm going to go ahead and do my my pictures for the cover. Let's do that. I may do that one for the cover. I like that one. Okay, let's do our outro. Woo! And that's the star block. It's as simple as that. So hopefully this video helped you create your star block. If you've made one, show them to me. Send me pictures. I love to see the things that people make. Don't forget to like this video. Follow my YouTube as well as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Pinterest, my Quite Nerdy Quilters Facebook group, and catch me when I stream live. I stream live both on Twitch and on YouTube. Make sure to check my social media for my schedules. Have a fantastic day. Okay, there we go. We're done. Woo! No questions? Everyone's good? Everyone's good to go? Man, you guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. Now, watch. As soon as I finish streaming, there's going to be blocks sitting in the Discord like there was last week. Did you guys notice we have 2 kitty cats? So, Granite has been here the entire time, sleeping over there. And then in the middle of that, Obsidian came and jumped into the cat tower. He's very cute. He's a cutie. I love him. He's a good kitty cat. He's trying to get comfy. Oh, no, honey. Obsidian. Honey, we're live streaming. You can't. No, that's Obsidian. That's Obsidian. That's Granite is down there. Granite is fast asleep. Right? This is live on the internet. You can't do that live on the internet. No, you can't. You can't. You absolutely cannot. Alright, so I'm assuming they're bringing my FedEx package tomorrow, meaning I will have the carpet fabric tomorrow. Yeah, I'm very excited. That's it. So, if there are no more questions, then we're gonna... No, he's not in the bookcase. He's sleeping on the bed. Yeah, no, look. So he's in the dog cam. He's been in the dog cam the entire time. Grana has been on the stream the entire time in the dog cam. I love you. I love you guys. All right, so if you're hanging around, I will see you at 7 o'clock in the Discord. I'm going to join the live voice chat so we can watch the St. Jude Summit together. So I will see you guys in Discord if you're watching this live. If you're watching this on repeat, I'll see you next Thursday. Oh, and don't forget, check my website, quiltoni.com. If this is before the end of May, we are doing all of the amazing giveaways with a whole bunch of really awesome sponsors like Northcott and Aliso and Clover and Shannon Fabrics and all sorts of like Fat Quarter Gypsy and Rhinestone Genie. And we have wands again, and we have all sorts. I'm so excited. So I'll see you guys tomorrow live on Twitch, tonight in my Discord for chat, and don't forget next Thursday here on YouTube. Hold on. He's like, what are you doing? Were you going to attack him, but you saw me move the camera, so you stopped? I love you. You cookie cat. You cookie cat. Well, I thought he was gonna do something he shouldn't have been doing, and then it was gonna be funny, but he didn't. All right, guys. Goodbye. I'll see you next time.